All right, what I want to talk about now is working with buyers. We talked a little bit about internet leads, and the purpose of an internet lead, the goal is to get an appointment. Basically, that's what we want to do. So I want to go over how I work with a buyer the first time I meet them, whether I'm meeting them at our office or whether I am meeting them. Most of the time, we meet at a property. They've called on and we schedule an appointment to meet there. When I first approach them, I introduce myself. And then I say, Dwight, I want to take a moment. Before we start talking real estate, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to work with you and to show you this house. In our area, there are about 2,900 real estate agents. So the fact that you called me and are allowing me to show you a property, I don't take it for granted. I appreciate it. This is how I make my living. And I'm sincere when I say thank you. Our company, World Impact Real Estate, I believe is a very unique company. I want to take just a moment to tell you about who we are. We live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. This picture was taken right here in Destin. Our company is named World Impact Real Estate because we have a world view. Specifically, we've partnered with 4 organizations that we believe are making an impact in the world. At every closing, we take 10% of everything that comes to our company and we send it to these organizations. Bridge of Hope, for instance, is an organization that works out of Sudan, Africa. Sudan has the highest level of human trafficking in the world. Children are kidnapped and sold into slavery every day, chained up at night. This is going on right now. Every single month since we started our company, we send a check. We redeem children out of slavery, and we help put them into an orphanage. We have combined with and support the local food banks in Okaloosa, Walton, and Bay County. In India, we have an orphan that we pay for everything, her food, her clothing, her Christmas presents, Easter presents. We gave her first birthday party she's ever had. As our company has continued to grow, our budget has grown, so we have extra money available in the budget. So we gave a scholarship to a girl to go to nursing school from a village that has never had a nurse, never had a doctor. And it's a 2-year program. We pay for everything, for her uniforms, for her books, her tuitions, her boarding. And she's 1 year into that, so in 12 months, she will go back to her village and take medicine for the first time. So I want you to understand that when you partner with me as an agent, with our company, you're also partnering with these organizations. It really is more than a transaction, and this is not a marketing tool. This is in our DNA. It's been that way since we started our company, and it's who we are. Now, I want to take a moment also and just explain to you how I work in real estate. The law requires that I disclose this to you. I work as what's called a no broker representation. And what that means, I've got it in the folder right here. It means that I will deal honestly and fairly. I will disclose all known facts that could materially affect the value of the property that may not be visible to you. If I'm aware of it, I will disclose it. I will be accountable for all funds entrusted to me. And what that means is basically when we find the right house, and I will find you the right house and we will buy a home, you'll write a $1,000 EMD check. EMD stands for Earnest Money Deposit. You will not write the check to me. You'll make the check to the title company. And then I will take the check to the title company immediately. So that's what this means when it says I will be accountable to all the funds. And then I will present all offers on your behalf. So because I work as what's called a no-broker relationship, the law requires that I disclose that to you, that you acknowledge that I've told you this. And so I need you to sign and date this. I put it in my file. And let me explain to you a little bit more how this works. Just because it says no broker relationship doesn't mean that we do not have a relationship. We will work together. I describe it to people like a pastor who's marrying a young man and a lady. And he's taking the groom and the bride and he's bringing them together to get married. He's not showing favoritism towards one. He's dealing with both fairly. And that's how we work as a no-broker representation. I'm able to work with buyers. I'm able to work with sellers. If I'm showing a property that I'm working with the seller as the listing agent, I will show them no favoritism, as I will not with you. I will deal honestly and fairly with both parties to get the transaction completed. And this is for my file, and it's just required. We're going to go in here and look at this property. I always like to give you I call this a home shopping report card. We're going to look at 5 properties today. The ones that you like, I want you to be able to put notes down so you can remember what you liked about the property, because after we look at 2 or 3, they kind of start running together. So I find this helpful, and this is in the folder, and you can just keep notes for the ones that you have interest in. This is a walkthrough inspection checklist. This is not to do in lieu of having a formal inspection. We always recommend that when we find the right property, you have an inspection. But this is what an inspector usually looks for. So when we're walking through houses, as you find a house that does interest you, that you're kind of like this one, these are items you want to pay attention to, because we don't want to just look at the color of the carpet and the color of the walls. We want to look at items that could affect the value of the property. So this will just help you to walk through and look at properties.
Now, if we find something there that we think maybe is not right or needs to be fixed, can we ask the seller to fix it?
Absolutely. We would write that in the contract, and that's a good question, and that's part of the reason it's good to look at these things. The weather might be so nice you don't need the AC running, but it would be nice to turn it on to make sure that the air conditioning or heater system is working. So absolutely. We haven't really discussed whether you're going to be paying cash or whether you're getting a loan, but I've put this in here. So if you are getting a mortgage, this will tell you the information that the lender is going to be looking for and what you will need when you meet with them. Have you worked with an agent, or are you going to pay cash?
Well, it depends on the price of the home, but we're going to try to pay cash if we can.
Awesome. Okay, that's incredible. And that doesn't mean a whole lot to me. It doesn't make a big difference to me. But if we're looking at REO property, bank-owned property, we are going to have to send a copy of either your approval letter or proof of funds. So that's required with bank-owned properties, just so you'll kind of know that up front. We'll write an offer. But when we submit it, we have to submit it with proof of funds. That's the only reason I ask. If it's a different price and you're thinking about a loan, this is some of the information that the lender will require from you. The other thing that I've put in here is simply an energy rating guide. And Florida law also requires that I give you one of these. So these are in our buyer folder in the contract when we find the right house, and I promise you we will find your right home. There's a paragraph in there that states that your agent has given that to you. So I give that to you up front so that it's in there and we don't overlook it later. But right now we have keys to go into this house, and I'm kind of excited about this one and see what you think about it.